Hi guys, this is a lesson here where we are going to translate words to inequalities, and this is a continuation of problem number 4 when you translated words to equations. Problem number 4 had to do with what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so that was a kind of a lead into this section here. All right, what symbols and words should I use for inequalities? All these symbols you are probably familiar with, all right? You can copy down this diagram if you'd like to, or if you have some other way to organize it, please do so. I see this first symbol right here. Would you go ahead and write down what you think it means there, what it means? And we're going to show you what it will look like in a sentence, or the key words you should look for in a sentence here. All right, the first one is greater than. All right, that's what the words that you're going to want to look for there in the sentence. The next symbol, go ahead and predict or write down what you think this symbol means. The next one here, hopefully you said is less than. All right, go ahead and pause this and name this symbol here or what it means. All right, and you should have said that it's greater than or equal to. And finally, the last symbol here that I'm pointing to, go ahead and pause it right now and write down what it means there is, and you should have wrote is less than or equal to. So again, hopefully this is just a review for all of you. All right, let's go ahead and get into some examples today to help you out. And similar to the equations here, we're going to highlight and write down the expression, or write down the inequalities here, excuse me. Again, I'm going to want you to pause after I read through each example, and I want you to see if you can do it here on your own. All right, number one, the sum of a number and 6 is less than 10. Would you go ahead and pause that right now and try to write that inequality? All right. I see here the difference with the inequalities as opposed to the equations. I still have the word is, but I see after the word is less than. So I'm going to highlight is less than here. And that tells me now that I am dealing with an inequality. Okay? Rather than just the word is, it says is less than. That's how I can separate the two there. All right. Before the green here, I have the sum of a number and 6, and then 10 right after the green. So I know is less than, all right, is this symbol right here from the other page. 10 is just the number 10, and then the sum of a number and 6 would be n plus 6. Now I have to put that all together. Again, the sum of a number and 6, the n plus 6, is going to go to the left of the inequality, or the less than sign, excuse me, and the 10 is going to go to the right. So I see it looks like so. N plus 6 is less than 10. Is less than 10. All right? All right. Problem number 2 here. Problem 2. Would you go ahead and pause this right now? Whoops. Go ahead and pause that. I know you might have saw that there. Go ahead and pause that and highlight the key information. And if you saw that, think to yourself, how did I get what I got there? So go ahead and pause this right now and highlight key information. All right, moving on here. I see that I have here 5 times a number. 5 times a number is greater than or equal to. So I'm going to highlight is, but then after the word is greater than or equal to. Think about what that symbol is going to look like then. Before the highlight in green, I'm going to highlight in yellow here 5 times a number. Think about what that would be, and then I'm going to highlight here 16. All right? So I'm going to look here, 5 times the number is 5n. Is greater than or equal to, well, I know there that symbol looks like so. From the last page, again, I have to make sure I put the line underneath the greater than sign because it's greater than or equal to, and then 16, just the number 16. All right. So again, you might have saw this before here. 5n is greater than or equal to 16. Go ahead and give yourself stars if you had those two correct. And if you made mistakes, try to figure out what mistake there you are still making. Okay? All right. Moving on to example number 3 here. Moving on to example number 3. I have here the quotient of a number in 8 is greater than 9. Would you go ahead and pause this right now and try to figure out number 3 here on your own before we go over it? Thank you. All right, moving on. The quotient of a number in 8 is greater than 9. Again, I'm going to try to find my inequality here, which is greater than. It's greater than. Doesn't say or equal to, it just says is greater than. All right. I'm just going to highlight here the quotient. I'm not going to highlight the word the of a number in 8. I'm just going to highlight number in 8 there. And then is greater than 9. All right. I see that the is greater than is the symbol like so. The quotient means division of a number in 8. And I'm going to write this here as n divided by 8. N is going to be my letter to represent the word number. N divided by 8 is greater than 9, right, which is the number 9. So I see here that I have n divided by 8. Again, quotient tells me it's division, is greater than 9. Okay, the n would go on the top of my fraction here on the numerator. The 8 would go on the bottom on the denominator. All right. All right, and the last one here. Last one. Go ahead and pause this here after I get done reading it. 3 less a number is less than or equal to the product of a number and 6. 3 less a number is less than or equal to the product of a number and 6. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of adjust this here. That way you can see what I'm going to highlight here. All right? So moving on, after you pause this and figured it out yourself here, see if you have this one correct. 3 less a number is less than or equal to. All right, and then 3 less a number. I'm going to highlight before the green and then after the green the product of a number and 6. 3 less a number. I'm not talking about 3 less than a number. I'm talking 3 less a number. So I'm just going to kind of write it like I read it here. 3 less means minus, and then a number, again for number I'm just going to use n. So 3 minus n is less than or equal to, and again here's my less than or equal to sign, the product of a number and 6. Well, product means to multiply. So I have to multiply the number and 6. So you're going to see that as 6n. 6 times n times 6. But again, you're going to see it as 6n for the most part there. So it looks like so. 3 minus n is less than or equal to 6n. 3 minus n is less than or equal to 6n. All right, that was your lesson today over inequalities. Try to think about the difference now between writing equalities and writing equations and some of the words there that you're seeing in the examples there, okay? If you need to stop and rewind and go back and go over any more information, please do so. Thank you.